Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. Now just before I start this, I want to say I appreciate everyone that's watching the videos. Now that's all said and done, let's get down to it. So, another member of ICB or CSB has been arrested. Now over the last few years, Nine's crew has taken major hits. Scraps is locked up, Nines has recently been arrested and sentenced. Toxic was sentenced, and 2 youngers were also sentenced due to a murder, I believe. And now Big Keyz has been sentenced to 8 long years for helping run the Hollywood county line. Now why the sentence was probably harsh is because Big Keyz spent his days quote unquote working with a charity that was helping steer young kids away from a life of crime, and his forte was trying to get kids not to partake in the drugs trade. But that's hypocrisy at its finest. Now prosecutors allege that Big Keyz was shifting cocaine and heroin in his spare time, a charge that the jury also believed, because as you know, they've sentenced him. Now Big Keyz, whose real name is 32-year-old Akil Finlayson, who is again part of the Ice City Boyz collective, had already been arrested twice before, and he had been in prison also multiple times, so this case was his 3rd strike. Now police actually say that they caught the rapper in the trap house in Emperor Gardens in Greater Lays on November 11th. Police say as soon as Big Keyz spotted the police, he then made a run for it, deciding to hop over the back gate, and as he ran, he was throwing out wraps of heroin and crack cocaine. Now during the court case, Big Keyz says that he was only in a drug den to return a phone that had been left in London during a party previously, and thus, once the phone was returned, his bladder was too full and he needed a toilet. So, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, he also claimed that he wants to go watch a movie with his partner and her child while he was there in Greater Lays. Now, prosecutors said that Keyz was in the area to resupply the Hollywood drug line, which constantly sent out bulk text messages to fiends in order to tell them that the drugs was back on and better than ever, or bigger, better drugs than its competitors. Again, for his crime, Akil Finlayson, aka Big Keyz, was jailed for 8 years in his part in the county line at Oxford Crown Court. And as for his mates, drug runner Mohamed Faqi, who's 30 years old, he was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. Now with him, he'd actually been caught by plainclothes officers in St Mary's Churchyard, Cowley Road on November 11th, 2019. And when he was spotted by plainclothes officers, they actually found him with the Hollywood drug line's phone. But he did discard it in a compost heap nearby, and as he ran, police also found a lump of Class A drugs. All I can say is, when you partake in this life, expect the consequences. Stay safe.